Hello again, people! Zacatech here with your UFC 134 review. I'll do like the same thing I do for wrestling, but it's tough to rate these matches because they are so different in wrestling. But overall, the pay-per-view itself, the main 5 cards. Okay, we have 4 matches, and in the first round or second round knockout, and only 1 match goes to 3 rounds. It's an okay call, but it's kind of like a weak showing because there was a lot of great. It was just knockouts quickly. Plus, there wasn't a lot of ground and pound matches. It was mostly stand up and go matches. That was made it. I like stand up and fighting matches, but it just gets boring after a while. So it was an okay call. Overall, I will give my very first UFC pay-per-view rating on here a 6.0 out of 10. If you want to see knockouts, my advice to anyone who wants to watch this pay-per-view, watch at your own risk, or just wait till the next Ultra Knockouts collection comes out, because most of these may be on it. Let's get down to business with our first match of the night, which, on the main card, I'm going through the 5 main card matches. First fight on the main card was new guy coming out of Bulgaria. Yeah, making his debut tonight, it was Stanislav NEDKOV. And LUIZ was his opponent, the Brazilian. Now Griffin to start the fight with NEDKOV getting the victory, 2 TKO punches in the end of round 1. It was okay of a fight. The fight was slow and did like that TKO finish. I was like, what? So plus I thought that Kane was going to win. By the way, I was 3-2 tonight. I predicted 3 matches fight, 3 fights right, 2 wrong. This was the first one I got wrong because I thought Kane was going to win. But Stanislav wins. I give this match 2.0, no, 1.5 out of 5 because it ended quick. Next was, probably in my opinion, the best out of all the knockouts tonight. Probably one of the best ones of the night. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira versus BRENDON. Decent matchup. Okay, like I said, there was punch kicking all the way. Like I said, there was no major takedowns, no submission attempts tonight. It was just people coming in and saying, okay, I just want to fight to knock someone out. And it was not just a KO. It was a KTFO. Knock the fuck out. SCHAUB got his ass beat. Probably my favorite best knockout tonight. So, Nogueira got the victory. I give that a 2.0 out of 5 just because of that big finish. My opinion, the only match on the main card that went 3 rounds, and probably my favorite overall match, despite the controversial finish, somewhat, some would say, was PEARSON versus BARBOZA. Now, this was the first match that I got right. Because I thought SCHAUB was going to win over Nogueira, but Nogueira got the victory. Experience, veteran over inexperience is all we got to say about that second match. I picked Barboza to win. This is probably the best fight tonight because these guys went back and forth. Great action for both guys. They were evenly matched. They were matched together fine. Unlike the people who've been booked against Silva, I'll get to that in a second. So Barboza gets the unanimous split decision victory over PEARSON. Very close fight. It could have gone either way because these guys fought it out. I give this fight a 3.5 out of 5. Only the best match of the night overall fight. Then started the second best knockout of the night. Shogun versus Griffin. Co-main event time. Both Brazilians in the main event and co-main event were going for revenge. And Hua went straight for Griffin immediately. And Hua got the victory via a knockout on Griffin. Just tore him down. I'll give this fight a 2.0 out of 5. Then we got Silva versus Yushin Okami. Spider for the title. What can we say? The booking for Silva sucks sometimes. Because they always book people, and I think every UFC fan can agree with me, that they're sick and tired of UFC booking bad fighters. Underwhelming fighters over Silva. You mean you get these guys like Okami, you get in there, they get fucking slaughtered. they don't stand a chance against Silva because they don't do anything. That's what happened. Like, Okami tried to punch Silva a few times, but Silva, he's a beast. Like I said, you can't stop unless you have a guy like Chael Sonnen who will take him down immediately. And Yushin Okami said, "Who I'm going to take Silva down? I'm going to take him down." Nice talk, pussy. You didn't do shit. Okami didn't do shit. Plus, Okami didn't even deserve the fight to begin with. Because at UFC 122, he got the victory over Nick Mulquat. That fight sucked. He didn't do shit to prove that he deserved the fight against Silva. And what happened? Silva beat his fucking ass, knocked him the hell out in the beginning of the second round. I think, you know, the end was near. The last 10 seconds, I was like watching it at B-dubs, and I was like, who's winning the first round? Because I was like, who's going to win? And all of a sudden, Silva got that big, nasty sidekick. And I was like, okay, Silva wins the first round. And after that, cocky Silva started to show. He started like doing this, like, dude. And like the last minute or so of the second round, he's like, hit me. He's like, come on, hit me. Then, like, hit me again. Wham! That's when he got him. That's when he got. Followed by, like I said, 3 knockouts are like actually pretty good. But my favorite is Nogueira. But when it comes to Silva's fight, I rate that a 2.5 out of 5. But like I said, you need to. That's the problem with Silva. They need to book Silva against guys who can take him. You mean my advice to Dana is to make Silva gain 20 pounds and face against John Bones Jones. But here's what I really think. Silva's kind of a pussy in my mind because he doesn't want to face guys who he knows can beat him. He wants to face guys who have no fucking chance on taking him down so he can win and defend for a 10th, 11th, or 12th time. He's like the John Cena of UFC. You love him or you hate him with a passion, and he always seems to win. No one can seem to beat Silva. Like, the only guy that had a chance was Chael Sonnen. He beat his ass all 4 rounds until the 5th round when Silva got that lucky submission. That's the point. Either mount Silva up against people who at least have a chance of beating his ass, or get him out of UFC. Or at least don't put him on a pay-per-view anymore. Or at least don't put him in a main event. Because if we get these Silva main events, why even watch them? Because it'll be the same fucking ending every time. Silva destroys a no-name jobber. Like, you keep feeding watermelons, jobbers, who don't stand a fucking chance against Silva. So overall, pay-per-view watch at your own risk, but wait until the knockouts land on a compilation. But overall, UFC's been delivering okay cards as of late. You know, the last card, I didn't see a UFC pay-per-view for a while. Last one, because I've been having a lot of gigs on Saturday, so I've been missing a lot of them. So the last one I saw was UFC 129. That was okay from what I saw because I missed the last couple fights because I went to see Fast and Furious 5, which is a good movie. And I'm glad I missed most of it because I heard GSP and Shield sucked in it. So that's why I thought about tonight's UFC. I will not be watching any of the UFCs in the next couple of weeks because I got gigs. So with that in mind, it's my UFC 134 review. 6.0 out of 10. That in mind, see you tomorrow for my See you tomorrow. See you later, people. Bye-bye.